Hey everyone, this is Cade. After editing the podcast, we had some audio issues throughout this episode. I tried to cut around it, but sometimes you're just going to hear some feedback. It's a little annoying, but I don't know how else to do it. I'm watching the video and it's like a mirror and it's fucking with my hands. Enjoy the podcast.
Hello and welcome to
Wow, high energy. Really coming out swinging today.
Welcome to Joaquin, Cade, talking at you. A podcast.
Immediately you got it wrong. You said
It's okay. I was introducing myself and I was introducing you.
Oh, okay.
And I was saying we're doing the podcast.
Welcome to episode 2 of the podcast. If you made it this far, wow.
This is the first time for everything.
What a commitment. You have officially boarded a train. I didn't know your feet were there. I'm sorry. I sit like a lady, so. My dad, right now I'm sitting, you can't see it in the camera, or if you're listening in the car, you can't see anything because you're blind. My legs, I like to cross one leg over the other at the thigh area, like you see, like in Basic Instinct, in the scene where Sharon Stone is gonna reveal her fucking vag to everyone, and she goes like, boom, boom, and she's like switched what legs are which. That's how I sit often. And when I was little and I sat like that, my dad was like, he'll grow out of that, and then I didn't, and you can just see it sometimes in his eyes. He's like,
Where did I go wrong?
why does he still sit like this?
Where did I go wrong with my child?
Mm-hmm.
My only child,
My only male child.
to his knowledge. So that's like a big fear, like not knowing.
Not knowing if a child is yours, or not knowing if you have another child somewhere in
If
the
you have
world.
another child, like you never know. Like maybe you had like a wild 20s. You know, you went to like Bangkok for like a month.
A whole month in Bangkok, New Jersey.
Like, you don't know. You could like get too much sake one night. I don't know.
Mhm.
Fucking rail 3 prostitutes.
We're really coming out swinging this week. Like you left.
The people got to know.
You came out like a tiger, where the tiger's like, oh, I'm a tiger. Nobody. Oh, I'm gonna fucking kill that child. I got hunted by a tiger once.
You told me this.
I didn't know what I tell you, but I can tell it on the podcast. I was 4 years old, and for some reason, there was an animal sanctuary here, but only for big cats. And we live in America, North Carolina to be specific. To be even more specific, our zip code is. But
My
like
social security number.
4.
You can figure out the rest from there.
I don't know how they got all these tigers, but I was at one enclosure, and it wasn't like a zoo where you can kind of tell that the cages have been made with safety in mind. It was like a chain link fence between you and a tiger, and they'd be like, don't stand too close to the cage because the tiger will spray you with its musk. It'll musk all over you.
What does that even mean?
It means the tiger's gonna pee on you if you get too close to the cage.
Is that like it actually pee on you?
Yeah, like lift up its leg and just squirt its tiger juices all over you. And so I was 4, and we weren't allowed to get close to this cage, and we got to a new tiger enclosure, and as soon as we were there, this tiger, it sees me, and it gets, like, it lowers its head, and its shoulder blades come up, and you're like, oh, this fucker looks like Shere Khan from the Jungle Book. He starts hunting and prowling around this cage, and you can tell it's like, I am locked eyes with this fucking 4-year-old. And I'm like, wow, look at the tiger. And then my dad just grabs me and puts me behind him. Because he's like, this tiger could break out of this cage
Any
in an
second.
instant. And everyone
And what
here
did
will die.
What did the tiger do after your dad put you behind him?
I don't remember. I think that we might have... I think the tour group might have been like, okay, let's go.
Oh my god.
Not another one.
I don't know, like, understand why there's like such a big, I guess fixation is the right word, for like animal enclosures like that in someone's backyard in America. Like, you know how many people own tigers in America?
It's a surprisingly large amount.
I think it's more people own tigers in America. I think there's bald eagles in the country.
Are you serious?
Well, they're endangered species.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Both are endangered.
Yeah, they are.
More people own a tiger, like a pet tiger.
I can find, not a pet. Well, some people. I've seen stories about this. There's 2 stories I know. There's one family in L.A. or somewhere in California who, I'm not exactly where, but West Coast, and they had a pet tiger. Totally chill, would like sleep with the kids, like nothing crazy, like just a pet tiger.
A pet tiger.
Then there's one that was in New York City that only stayed in his apartment ever. It was like someone's pet, and no one knew there was a fucking tiger there until I'm not positive, but I think they killed the owners
Yeah, because the
and
tiger.
no one came out of there until one day. I think someone saw it in the window.
They're like, is there a tiger in that apartment?
Yeah.
A classic New York conundrum. I'm walking down the street, rats wearing a jacket, Ninja Turtles crawling out of the sewer, Spider-Man swinging above my head. What's that in that window? Oh, it's a tiger. Of course.
There's
New York, baby.
Estimated around 5,000 captive tigers in the U.S.
Captive is different than people having them in their backyards.
Well, that doesn't just mean like zoos. I mean,
It doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't just mean like zoos, but it doesn't mean that there's 5,000
how did America
people.
end up with the world's largest tiger population? That's the title of this article from The Guardian.
Okay, well, that's a different story altogether.
So anywhere from 2,000 to 5,000 tigers live in Texas by some estimate, according to a
Texas?
According to a 2018 report from Austin American Statesman, Texas is believed to have the second largest tiger population in the world, only after India.
Dang.
That's nuts, right?
Yeah, and they're not wild. That's what's the craziest thing.
But I mean, at any moment, a tiger can be rampant in a city or a town.
Have you ever seen that poem that's written by like a first grader where it's like the tiger is in the cage. He is prowling. Yes! Yes! The tiger is free. It's a let me see if I can find it.
By a first grader,
By
dude?
a first grader.
That's nuts.
It's so cool. It's a really
cool? That's scary.
Let me first grade tiger poem. That's what I'm looking up.
If that was my child,
I was wrong. It's by a 6-year-old.
even worse.
It's called The Tiger by Nail, Nael, Nail, age 6. I don't know how you say that name. I thought it was Nigel at first.
I was thinking say Neil.
Neil?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, maybe that is.
The A
maybe
is silent.
It's a silent A. I was gonna say that Dad did a typo, like in that episode of Good Luck Charlie, where they wanted to name PJ whatever, but then they ended up writing Potty John on his birth certificate. So the poem is The Tiger. That's what it's called. The first line is The Tiger. He destroyed his cage. Yes, yes. The tiger is out.
That's scary, dude.
Here's another one that's just right here that says, the idiot, she destroyed her sleep schedule. No, the idiot is out.
Fuck.
It's just someone has put that on Twitter as a thing. I don't know. But that's a really cool poem, right?
That's terrifying.
Why is that terrifying?
If my kid did that, I'd be like, why? Are you like happy that this...
That kid's a published poet.
Yeah, they are post-post. I'd be proud of them for that. But the concept scare me.
That your
Why
kid's really excited about tigers.
and they're free.
Yeah,
And from a cage.
When you're 6...
Like the kid obviously wasn't using like as a metaphor. It wasn't trying to say like explain her deep troubles, you know,
No, she
because they're
wasn't, like,
6.
Barbie stole my Ken
Yeah.
doll.
So they wouldn't go like write a poem like what's that guy's favorite poem?
Shel Silverstein.
Sure, that's Edgar Allan Poe.
Oh,
That's what
I
I
like
was
my
gonna say.
poet more.
But they wouldn't do that to like talk about their life troubles or whatever in the form of wordplay.
Mm-hmm.
They just like tigers and they want it to be free. Why do you want it to be free, Sarah or Neil? Yeah.
I think his name's Nail.
Yeah.
Imagine, it's like that kid who got made fun of for going on an airplane for being named ABCDE. This is real.
What?
I don't remember exactly the details, but this parent, their child got made fun of while they were going on an airplane because the parents named them ABCDE, and you're supposed to say that as Absidy, which is also a hilarious name because
They should be boys.
Welcome to Ab City. They should be
sounds like
what?
abstinence.
It does kind of sound like abstinence.
They should be made fun of. Their name is ABCD.
Yeah, it's
That's like
a
if
weird,
your name was XYZ and you want to go by Z. Fuck you. No.
How come X is never like a hard X sound? Like I can't think of many words.
Did we talk about this on the show? Did we talk about this last time? We've had this conversation recently.
Okay, if we talked about this before, don't fucking bring it up. Don't even look at us and say, "Oh, they talked about this before."
Because remember, we have talked about this, but I don't remember if it was on the podcast or not. Or if it was on the show.
Then I'll change.
Something that we talked about last night, but I wanted to like
Mm-hmm.
shout him out on the podcast.
Oh yeah,
Cade's cousin, Jackson, you're a goat. You're a real one.
I can't believe you've watched every episode of Cade and Joaquin in the morning.
When me and Cade found out that you watched every single episode, or not even every single one, but most of them, or was like an avid viewer,
It
that
made
made
us
me-
so happy.
I was very happy inside, and I appreciate that.
By the time you see this episode, I will have talked to you about it at Passover Seder.
Don't tell him that he's in this episode though.
I won't.
'Cause I want to be
I'll
surprised.
forget.
Good.
I'll be there and I'll be like, "Dude, you watched every episode? That's fucking crazy."
He's like, yeah, I watched 3 of them.
He watched. Yeah, he watched only He found 3 and he's like, I have watched this whole show. That's kind of what it was. If you watch 3, you watched them all.
Yeah. It's a rule of 3.
It's a rule of 3, yeah. If you watch the Bennett episode, which is still my favorite bit ever. Because not even a bit. Because when you said that, I don't know if I ever explained this to you. I thought that you were discussing a real audience member we had. Because in my mind, I didn't think you could come up with the name Bennett on the spot. I don't think you could be like, Bennett. That's the name.
Did I even say Bennett?
You did not.
Yeah, you just heard it.
I just heard Bennett. Yeah. But here's the thing. As soon as we get a podcast listener or a watcher named Bennett, we'll send you a certificate that says the official Cade and Joaquin Bennett. Did I tell you last night when we played tennis with Isaac and Chloe? Isaac was just sitting on the sidelines, and I told him, would it make you feel better if I sucked on your knee? And then he was like, no, do not come near me. And then about 15 minutes passed, and I went back, and I was like, this is my Uncle Ben moment. I'm going to tell you something I've never told anyone before. And I licked his whole knee and ran away.
What's wrong with you?
What's wrong with me? What do you mean?
Why would you do that?
Because I thought it would be funny. It wasn't.
Dude, I have a problem with sports, man.
What do you mean? Like addiction problem?
Yeah, but also the need to perfect. I feel like it's a good thing. Because like most like athletes who are really good have like that obsession with wanting to perfect something and get better at it. And I just forgot like how
bad it is.
I wouldn't say bad, but like how deep that goes for me. Because I haven't like played a sport like that since like 10th, 11th grade. I played basketball outside my house, and I would keep doing the same reps, like the same shot over and over and over and over and over and over again. Yeah,
you got into a real trench with Chloe to get your forehand.
Yeah, it was just because like I wanted to master it. There's just like that obsession with me. It's like that demon inside, you know?
I feel like I got really good at it really fast.
It's not hard. It's just I wanted to perfect it.
Yeah.
So I wanted to like keep having the same consistent hit, you know?
Yeah, I didn't care because I went from swinging to hitting it to where it would consistently go, and I was like, oh, I'm good.
Yeah.
That's all I need.
I wanted it to be a straight shot every time. And sometimes I would make it like straight right over the net, but sometimes I kept like floating it, and I wanted that to stop.
One time, one of the balls that Chloe hit me right in the dick.
And the trachea.
That one hurt. That one left a mark on my neck for at least.
Still there.
Is it still there? Can you see it? It was like right here.
Yeah, there's a little bit of red there.
Oh my god.
Yeah, a little bit. Not
that
a lot,
hurt, dude.
A wee bit.
Like that was a crazy like boom. And then I could breathe, but it felt like it immediately made me gag. I was like, oh.
You didn't make any reaction to it, son. We didn't think anything.
I would really loudly.
You did?
Yes.
I did not hear that.
Really? It went boom, hit me immediately.
Me nor Chloe reacted to that.
I know.
So obviously it wasn't that loud.
It felt loud.
It felt loud because it was happening to you, but it must have been like a...
I was surprised I didn't fall flat on my ass. I was expecting it to hit me, and go, and then just fall back like I'm in a Jackie Chan film.
What's really funny is that something happened to you when Chloe was throwing the balls for me when I was doing my forehand. And the first one, she's about to throw it, and I just looked past her and I see you just on the floor, just like balled up and like kicking your feet.
What happened was I was waiting, and I was just fucking around, and I had the tennis racket, and I was going whoop, 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 whoop. So it was like swinging between my legs, and I lost control of it, and then I smacked myself right in the nuts. Like hard.
So funny.
So hard.
Funny. Oh, it was really funny.
It hurt.
I bet it did.
It's one of those nut shots that you're not prepared for. Like sometimes you can kind of get ready and it still hurts and makes you want to vomit and die. But there's other nut shots that when you get hit, you feel as though your skeleton just hopped out of your body.
I'm crying right now.
You know what I'm talking about though, right?
I told you a story where I got pelted in the nuts by a 90-mile-per-hour rubber ball.
No.
It was early in the morning. I couldn't say exactly when, but it was like before the sun was really like rise. Like, it was bright outside, but it wasn't like the sun was still mid to rising. And my friend Jesse spent the night. And in my bonus room next to my room, with like a pull-out couch, so it's like the little mattress, pull it out. He was just asleep on there, you know. And I got up early. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna fuck with him. Because I knew he was awake. Because like we said, what's up real quick. But he was like trying to go back to sleep. So I had this basketball. I kept like throwing it near him, trying to hit him. I kept missing. He started getting pissed, right? So I could tell he was getting pissed. Then I did it, and I got him square because he wasn't wearing like a shirt, and he wasn't with no blankets on. So I got him square in the back.
Why was he sleeping with no shirt and no blanket?
Well, the blanket was just not on him. It was just, I was like, 'cause it's probably hot.
He's a nudist.
And it landed square on his back. And the moment it did, there was this small, like, tie-dye color, like, rubber ball. But, like, it wasn't, like kind of, it was hard. It was, like, firm, right? I made a lot of bounce. Grabbed it. It was right hand. I mean, like, in the midst of, like, a moment, just, like, grabs it, looks at me. I mean, like, hurls it. And he was probably to, like, how far can this camera see me? Like, where I'm sitting right now, or, like, he was laying. It was probably...
I can see that Batman box.
It was probably like a little bit past the Batman box where the start of the stairs was. So not far at all. Like, I mean, he threw a missile straight at my nuts. Like, I mean, dude, I mean like dead fucking on. Like, direct impact.
Wow.
The amount of pain. I threw up from the pain.
You threw up?
And I literally was screaming. Like, oh, fuck. Oh, my God. Oh, like that. And, like, hitting the floor. In pain. It, like, dude, like, I was fucking excruciating pain. It was so bad. And so, like, I'm, like, crawling back to my bathroom. And my fucking, like, I wake my parents up because I'm smashing on the floor screaming. And my dad's like, what the fuck happened? And Jesse told me, Jesse told my dad. He went, oh, you fucking idiot. like,
that reminds me of when I remember, I don't remember exactly when this was, but you had told me that you like to sleep naked for some reason. And you were like, you should try it. You told me to try it sleeping naked.
I try it once in a while. I'll do if I'm, like, bored.
Bored?
If I want to mix it up in the bed, you know, like.
Oh, because you're alone? So you're like, let's spice it up.
Yeah, I mean, like, my underwear one night is just feeling a little bit too tight. It's not feeling as comfortable as it usually does.
Well, I remember I was like, all right, Joaquin's really been talking up sleeping naked. I'm going to try it. I got excited. I took a shower. I was all naked. I was slippery and naked, getting into my bed. I went to sleep. I woke up. I was like, that's fucking exactly the same as sleeping with clothes on. Nothing changes.
It is.
I was like, oh, this is going to feel kind of weird, kind of different. No part of it felt weird or different.
It feels a little weird.
No, it doesn't.
It's a little weird.
Not at all.
A little. When you first get into bed and you're like, I'm butt-ass naked right now.
Oh, you don't do naked time then.
Elaborate.
Naked time is where you don't want...
How often?
How often what?
Is naked time.
Once every other night, maybe.
Every other night.
Yeah.
For like how long?
Like an hour and a half.
Okay.
You've done everything with the day.
Walk me through the process of naked time.
I'm getting to naked time. You just keep interrupting the process of naked time.
I feel like I need to, just so we get to like the explanation. I need all the details. That's why.
You finished your day. You aren't hanging out with anyone anymore. You're tired of wearing clothes, but you do not yet want to put on your pajamas. And you don't want to take a shower yet. So what you do is you get naked just to let your body kind of breathe, give your junk a time to air out, and just so that you're not all bundled up all the time. You get naked, you watch some cartoons, you take a shower, and you go to sleep. Like an hour and a half, you watch like an episode of X-Men, you watch an episode of Batman, you take a shower, you go to sleep. Buck naked.
Real chew.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little weird.
Why is that weird? I learned about it on New Girl.
That's where you got it from.
Well, I would confirm that what I was doing was a thing other people did.
On a TV show.
Yeah.
That's fictional.
In this show, Jess's dad is like, oh, you don't want to sit in that chair. That's my naked time chair. And it's a chair that he would sit in fucking with his bare ass. It was a hardwood chair. It's not a good naked time chair. It was a chair that, like, if you're being punished during naked time. I was like, that's a horrible chair for naked time.
So do you support nudism?
Yeah. Do whatever you want.
I'd be too horny.
It's not. There's nothing sexual about nudism.
Boy, I just saw titties bare. I'd be like,
yeah, I feel like for a
you know
lot of people, there
like,
is the overcoming of that.
That's hard not to overcome.
I
also, I feel like it ruins a lot of like that.
Well, there's a difference between being naked and being sexual.
Yeah, but I feel like a big part of like sex, because it's not a thing that happens often, being butt naked.
Yeah.
So I feel like when you're having sex and you are naked, it creates like that feeling of, well, this is like a special moment.
Fight this feeling
yeah, it's like a special moment kind of thing. Mm-hmm. But when you're always naked, it's just like,
well, you're not always naked when you're. I mean, if you're in a nudist colony.
Well, I saw like this it was like fucking like TLC or something. I don't know. It was on some show, and like this family just like whenever they got home, they were naked. Like, they go out to jobs and wear clothes, but the moment they step foot into their house, naked.
I also I'm gonna talk from both sides. For me, I think doing a nudist colony, I think that would be very hard because I don't have the mindset to do it. As you're saying, I think it's really hard because you're seeing stuff. You're like, oh, boner happening right now.
Yeah,
Boing!
can't control it.
You can't control that. But from the other side, I can understand seeing it as this is not sexual, and I understand seeing it as not sexual. It's just that's a hard like wire to cross in your brain, and then you're there and you're just like, boom. Now given, and then you're just like, yeah, everyone's naked. I don't care. It's like because here's my two nudist things. I've seen a Max Fosh video where he went to a nudist camp for a day, and in my favorite Pink Panther film, A Shot in the Dark, there's an extensive scene.
Was he naked in that news camp?
Yeah. He has to get naked. No. Yeah, Max Fosh was. But so was Inspector Clouseau. He has to go into this nudist camp to find the person he's looking for, Maria Gambarelli.
Was she naked?
Everyone's naked.
Is that the part where it was like titties everywhere?
No, that's a different one. You don't see any of the any of the nipples or anything. Okay. It's all hidden and obscured. But he's walking through. He's like, "Oh my god, I'm so naked here. What am I going to do?" It's hilarious because they made him go. He went in. He's like, "I'm a detective," and then they're like, "Oh well, if you're gonna walk around, you have to be naked." He's like, "What?"
So in a news colony, is it weird to look at people's private parts?
I think it's rude to stare. It's like if you have a zit. That's bad. No.
Well, because like if I was talking to like a guy, even if, or a girl, I'm saying it's not just a girl. If I see titties, I'm just like,
yeah. If you saw a guy, you're gonna look at the penis.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at their penis.
You want to see it. You want to see it.
Yeah, it's just like holy shit. There's a penis right there. Like I don't get how one can become nudist. Like I wonder what like. I want to get a nudist on the podcast.
I would love to get a nudist on the podcast. I want to
ask questions, you know?
If you are a nudist or if you know a nudist who would be willing to be interviewed by two idiots.
I do research for it.
I do research for it too. Let me look up our email. Because we have an email that you could email us at.
Maybe it's Cade and Joaquin.
I think it is Cade. I don't know if it's Cade and Joaquin or if it's Cade Joaquin. Fuck, can you not look it up on a phone? I think it's cadeandjoaquin@gmail.com.
Oh, it's my phone.
You lost your phone?
I'm looking.
Okay. But yes, we would love to interview you. If you want, we will interview you naked. Us three naked, we can learn the way of the nudist.
I don't know if I can do it, man.
We'll come to you. We'll be naked. I think you could do it. Because they'll understand that we're like trying. We're not trying to be rude.
Yeah, but I feel like it's like
look, what's our email?
I couldn't find it. You know what? It's probably on the fucking YouTube channel.
That's where I looked. Oh, it is cadeandjoaquin@gmail.com. That's our not our password. You don't know our password. That's our email. So email us if you are a nudist and you want to be interviewed. Internude.
Leave. Yes. Thank you. No, just go. Go. Down the stairs. Leave. This is shit I have to deal with. I've been dealing with for like 7 years now. I don't know how I'm going on. I don't know how I do it still. It's hard. It's a chore and a hassle to deal with this man on a regular, daily basis.
A lot of fucking wires on the floor.
But yeah, it'd be fun to interview someone new.
I agree.
Yeah, because it's interesting, you know? Like,
it's a lifestyle that we respect but don't yet understand, and I'd love to get an insight into that world.
So I want to know, like, how they started developing.
Like, what made them jump the shark and like, pull the trigger into being naked. I like that I said both jump the shark and pull the trigger in that sentence.
Know what jump the shark means.
You know what jump the shark means? Jump the shark is a term. It's the wrong term. But it means, like if like on Happy Days, they went from being a show about being in a bar, and then they're like, okay, now it's a space bar. They've jumped the shark.
Oh, it's kind of like a big leap into something different.
Something different and but something worse most of the time. Then when you've jumped the shark, you're like, you've exceeded the thing that we're willing to accept from this universe.
Like the Star Wars sequels.
Sure. While looking at you, I forgot that these are Amazon Basic cords.
Oh.
These are high quality.
Yeah, they're really nice. I wouldn't even thought
I had no clue.
That's pretty neat.
Jeff Bezos, give us our $1 billion now. We supported your industry.
$1 billion.
$1 billion. What the fuck voice was that? It wasn't Dr. Evil. It wasn't Dr. Doofenshmirtz. I was trying to do Dr. Evil.
I thought it was.
You thought that was Dr. Evil? He sounds like Lorne Michaels from SNL. That's who the impression is based off
Oh,
of.
that's the guy who runs SNL, right?
Mm-hmm.
Change the subject.
Okay.
You ever seen the Graham Norton show?
Yeah.
If we ever get to be on any talk show ever, that's the one.
You want to be on Graham Norton?
It's the best one.
The best one was Conan.
No, but Conan's different. Like, this is where you have like 5 of the celebrities with you. It's just a chill chit chat.
It is a chill
like
chit
Conan's
chat.
still interview, you know?
Yeah, Conan. If I could be on anything, I want to be on Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend. His podcast.
I want to be in Graham Norton just because of the vibes. The vibes are just like everyone's just chilling, you know? All chilling, drinking alcohol, talking about shit.
They drink on the Graham Norton show?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
That's why all the cups are in front of their drinks. There's so many because everyone's like, because when you go to an interview show, you kind of have to put like more of a face on, you know?
Yeah.
So like, but when I see celebrities going Graham Norton, they seem a lot more chill and more like, I guess, their real self, as real as they can be on front of camera, you know?
Yeah. We're very good at that, by the way. Being our real selves on camera and on mic.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like,
and we act, and that's totally different, and we're playing characters there. But I mean, this exact thing is us.
Well, because it's just us talking. That's all it is.
Yeah. But I feel like
it's just a podcast. Or even before that, on the show, it's just
us talking. And that's the same as going on a talk show. To me, at least.
Well, on a talk show, you're going to interview to an extent, so still going to ask you questions.
And you've had to do a rehearsal.
Really?
I think you have to do a rehearsal, because that's where they come up with you might not. Because they do talk show rehearsals, because I knew Conan did it for his bits, and I'm sure he did it just to run through his stuff, but he might not have been actually interviewing the celebrities.
What happened?
I may or may not have spit on my mic.
It's not bad.
It's not that bad, but it's gross.
I put this mic fully in my mouth before.
Yeah, and one time you wanted to fart into it. And I was upset. I'll be honest, I was a little upset that day.
It's funny, though.
The day I said, do not you dare fart into that microphone.
I think I did still.
You did not.
I didn't?
Nope. You respected my authority for the first and only time. I would hit you in the nuts.
What if I did it right now?
I would hit you in the nuts through your hand. Like, hard.
Why?
Because these are expensive, and we take off this part, the fucking thing that protects this. I don't want to get them mixed up and have your fart one. I don't want to be sniffing farts during the podcast.
I mean, that's fair. But what if I labeled it? Fair.
If you labeled it as yours, well, I still might use that mic sometimes.
I labeled the one as mine.
Don't fart into these microphones.
What if I fart into both of them?
That's worse.
But then it's equal.
I don't want fart in my mouth.
You don't inhale the microphone.
It's right here. I'm breathing. I'm just sniffing. I'm breathing normally. I don't want to fart in my face.
I don't see a problem.
Yeah, because you're the one farting, and you like to suck up farts. I've seen you go up to friends at parties, say, pull down your pants. You sniff right up that anus. You're like a bloodhound.
When I get a little bit of dookie, it's like a little treat. Like a Tootsie Pop.
I am glad that this conversation...
Your microphone isn't straight on you. I think about just yesterday, I was in 10th grade.
I don't feel like just yesterday I was in 10th grade.
Really?
Yeah, you were my only friend in high school. I didn't have a lot of other shit going on. It was you.
Still just the fact of going to school every day and doing things.
And that made shit slow. I had you and I had Isaac, and that was it for 9th, 10th, and most of 11th grade. Oh, I had Justin too. Sorry, Justin.
But you had friends at school, though.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I just spilled all this water on myself. Why can't I drink? Why can't I drink like a normal person?
Because you're 5.
Oh, thank you. This clear plastic.
Dude. It reminds me of something. So, like, I think like a week and a half ago, maybe a week. I was on Twitch late night, and I was just, like, bored. And, I saw, you know what Amaranth is? Mm-hmm. Like the girl who has all the ASMR and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, she does horse stuff.
Mm-hmm. You mean?
She does horse stuff.
Okay. Well, she has ASMR on Twitch, right? So I was like, you know what? I'll watch it.
Do you like ASMR? Does ASMR help you sleep?
No, I don't use it to sleep. I was just bored, so I decided to like see. Turn my volume up to like 30, 40 on my headphones. Dude, I will say this: I get it why people like it, but it did not like it. Like I was like at the beginning, I was like, this is fucking weird. She's like, because she was doing like a licking. She's like licking. She has 2 things, so like each thing she licks is one part of your headphone. So I was like listening to that. I was just like, ugh. And then I started
Licking is weird.
Then I started thinking, and I was like, you know what?
You got more into it.
I got kind of more into it a little bit, but then I listened to it more, and I was like, still fucking weird to me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, I just can't. It's not my thing. She was doing this thing where she like her nails would hit the top of the thing.
Oh, that one I've heard a lot.
I don't like that one.
I sometimes do ASMR when I really can't sleep, and I'm like, I need to fucking fall asleep. My favorite one is a person named Blue Whisper on YouTube who mostly does like geekier shit. She does one that's like Kiki's Delivery Service. She has a couple Spider-Man ones, so of course I'm fucking gonna watch it. How does that help you sleep? That feels like a very awake activity. Anything sexual feels like, time to stay awake forever.
But I don't actually watch porn. But I just kind of like, I just turn on a show or something.
I can't turn on a show because I get too interested.
Then I start watching, and then eventually like my body would just get tired.
My body does not do that.
If I was too into it, then yeah, I have to turn it off. But it doesn't happen often, I would say.
I always am like, oh my God. Because if it's any show, even if I don't like it, I'm like, God, I can't stop watching this. What is happening? But if it's something that's expressly designed to put you to sleep, then I can do it. Because I feel like I'm not disrespecting the art, I guess.
I have this weird thing to where like, God, you're so nothingness, dude.
What do you mean?
That's so scary.
Ow. Stop slapping my tendons. I'm showing the camera. Look at this knee here. What are you... Ow, it hurts. Why is that scary?
That looks scary, dude.
Why?
You like haven't eaten in months.
What do you mean?
There's nothing there.
That's muscle.
That's just the meat.
I'm flexing.
There's nothing there.
I'm flexing my calf. Look at it.
Dude, one solid shin hit, you're fucked.
What do you mean? I've been trying my whole life to look like Shaggy.
Nothing here for that.
That looks the same.
No, it does not.
Put your leg up in your camera.
I can't. This shorts are too tight.
Someone tell us whose leg looks more normal. Yeah, those are tight shorts.
That's my underwear.
I feel like scooching it down is going to make it harder to show it to the camera.
I had to like...
Talking to the mic. Talking to the mic.
I had to free up some tightness. Yeah, I can't reach it up.
Get down really low and then just...
I'm as far as like...
You're probably in. Yeah, you're totally in.
There's shit. There's like... It's all filled out.
What do you mean? My leg looks the same as your leg.
No, look. Go back that way. More. I can literally see where your fucking each individual muscle and tendons are. There should be shit here. Like, if I did this,
ow,
I could stop the whole movement of your fucking leg.
It hurts so much.
Yeah, because I can easily go in there, dude.
Let me do it to you. Let me do this with the leg.
I'm not putting my leg back that high up again.
Why?
Because it hurts.
I feel like this is super normal for a leg.
No.
Why no?
A skinny person, like, yes.
That's what I am.
That's scarily skinny. Like, that is so weird.
Why is that weird?
It's so weird.
It's not that weird.
Yes,
Cameron,
it is.
look at it. Look at how this knee looks.
No.
Oh, I don't like when you're on the inside. You can grab it. The doctor said I have a healthy weight.
You're at the weight minimum.
No, the scale said I was 140 pounds. Which my mom then told me that the scales at the doctor go 3 pounds heavier for some reason. Stop touching it. Why? Okay, what's up with you and touching the gross part of my knee?
So weird.
It's not that weird.
I think your knee is just like your ligament.
My tendons.
The ligament or a tendon?
I don't know what the difference is.
You don't know either. I'm an English major.
I didn't go to med school. I didn't even graduate college. Oh, speaking of not graduating college, my film that I released 2 weeks ago now, Wrong Address, was taught in a college. And that's super cool and crazy. And I think it's funny because I graduated only high school. And then, well, it's just funny to me because they're like, this guy who didn't go to university, let's show his shit out of the school.
You know who did go to university?
Steven Spielberg.
Steve Jobs.
Mine was much more applicable.
Say that again.
What's wrong with applicable?
I don't know what that means.
How do you not know what applicable means?
Okay, I don't know what a codpiece was until that fucking episode of goddamn Batman. You're like, oh, it's a codpiece.
Applicable is like, oh, this fits into the situation.
So if you want, oh, you don't know what a gorgonation is? Oh, you don't know what that is?
It's not the same thing.
It's the same thing.
Applicable is super different.
You literally said a word for a thing that happened. Like, it's just like, it was more fit for the situation. You went, it was more applicable. Like,
yeah.
if I went down the street right now, I said, you know what applicable means?
People would say yes.
They're gonna be like,
Let's call
I don't
someone.
speak Klingon.
Let's call someone right now. Who are you gonna call?
My sister.
I thought you were gonna say Ghostbusters. If Zoya doesn't know, okay, we're gonna call someone else then.
Hello?
Zoya.
Yeah.
Quick question.
What?
Do you know what the word applicable means?
I've never even heard of that word in my life.
Thank you. That's all I need to
So,
know.
do you want to know some fun
Hold
news?
up. I'm on the podcast.
Hi
right now.
Zoya.
Oh, okay. That's fine. Hey, Cade.
Okay, sorry. Why? I'll call my dad.
Call your dad. Your dad's gonna know. Your dad's a smart guy.
My dad dropped out of high school.
Yeah, but he's a smart guy.
If he answers.
If he answers. Who do you want to call if your dad doesn't pick up? Isaac will know.
I can call Jesse.
Let me call someone.
Isaac's gonna know.
Okay, then who do you want me to call? Let me call
Okay,
someone.
we either have Isaac or you have Audrey.
Or Chloe.
Chloe's gonna know. She's fucking in engineering. She's smart.
I could call my friend Ross, who's also an engineer.
Call Audrey.
I'm calling.
You're gonna FaceTime?
She doesn't answer when I pick her when I do anything else. Hi, Audrey.
Hi.
You're on the podcast right now, and we have a question for you.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Do you know what the word applicable means?
Applicable?
Yeah.
Yes. Like,
Son
does
of
it
a-
apply to something?
Thank you very much, Audrey.
We're even now.
Who does not know what applicable means?
Joaquin doesn't know what applicable means, and neither does his sister. Sorry you're staring at the ceiling. I have your position in the microphone.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
I'm so confused. Okay. Yeah, no. What? Applicable.
It's a normal word, right?
Yes.
I wouldn't say it's a normal word.
It's a super normal word.
It is a normal word.
Applicable.
Thank you, Audrey. Sorry to bother you. I'll let you go.
Normal
All right, bye.
word.
Oh.
I just came back from campus. If I was on campus, I would have made all of my friends answer if they know what applicable means, and I'm pretty sure they all do.
I think you guys are
We would
saying
have
it
gotten
wrong.
a huge group.
Well, I think you guys are saying
Still
it
love
wrong.
you.
You think we're saying
No, because there's no
applicable
P
wrong?
in it. You're saying applicable. There's
Are you thinking it's applicable?
no, are two words that have a lot in common, right? That's what you're saying. Something that has a common in something else.
No. It applies to something.
Okay, yeah, that's what this is saying, and this has no P in it. I'm looking at the word right now.
What's the definition that it says?
Are two words that have a lot in common.
That's not the same thing as what we're talking about. Applicable? That's not it.
What are you saying?
Applicable.
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 It's from the word apply.
Yeah, apply.
So if there's not a P in it, you've looked up the wrong word.
Applicable. Okay, that's a P in it. I did look at the wrong word. Okay, I'll admit I looked at the wrong word.
Okay, there we go. Thank you, Audrey, for having my back here. Okay, I'll talk to you later. Bye.
We're still even here.
Okay, do you want to call someone else?
No, because I really don't care anymore.
Okay, good. Because I'm right. It's a normal word.
No.
Yes, it is.
You're the first person to ever say that word to me. I've never watched a show and someone, this is a very applicable situation. I never watched fucking Jeopardy and went, what does the word applicable mean? Or like fucking,
It's not going to be on Jeopardy.
or fucking Wheel of Fortune. Or anything.
It's not. It's something that like you could see it in anything, like a show where like someone's doing genetic mutation. They'd be like, "Oh, this is very applicable to the situation."
I've never heard the word before in my life.
I don't know how. You must have.
I've not.
You must have. And
So I
you-
wouldn't have been, what the fuck are you talking about if I had heard before?
I think that your brain just decided. You know what?
No, I've never heard this word before.
You have to
I
have
have
heard
not.
of applicable before.
I've not. I've never heard of applicable before.
I can't. I don't believe you.
I don't know what you want me to tell you. I've never heard it before. Ever.
But you know the word apply.
No. Yes, I know what the word fucking apply means, Cade.
Well, look, we're in a pool of situation where I don't know. Where also, did you see how I was skillfully going between my phone and me for
Yes.
Audrey's audio? Because I didn't know when she was gonna say something. But I was like, oh, when I'm going, I can just go right here. Then boom, 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 boom.
Yes.
I applied the mic well.
That does not work in a situation.
I used it well.
I don't feel like use even works in a situation.
I used the mic in an applicable way.
It does not work in a situation.
Well, what was the definition of applicable?
Well, it's an adjective. It is capable of or suitable for being applied.
I made this microphone
Statues
applicable in the
to the
situation.
case. How? That doesn't make any sense to me.
Because
How are you applying a microphone to a situation?
It
You're just using it well. That's it.
Yeah, in an
I
applicable way.
used them. That doesn't make any fucking sense.
I don't know how it doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any like this. A fee is applicable when a scheduled payment is late. No one would ever say that to me in my life.
Why not?
Oh, by the way, your fee is applicable today when you pay for your late car payment. Like, I'd be like, who are you? Where did you come from?
Kansas. It's not that weird of a word. I said much stranger words to you. The only word I've ever fully understood anybody not knowing was jazz cigarette. Because that's an old term for weed, and I used it to be a bit of a dick. And I thought it was funny. I wrote it in a script, and when we read the script, everyone was like, what the fuck is a jazz cigarette? Now, when we were reading that same script, there's a part where I wrote the word caper, and only Isaac knew what a caper was.
This is statistics as of this month. You ready?
Statistics of
on
what?
Webster, Merriam-Webster, of how often this word is. You ready? No bullshit.
Okay.
1%. That word is used.
See.
Top 1% of words. That's how little this word is used. I'm not tripping.
That means that it's one of the most popular words.
Is it?
It's in the top 1%.
I thought it means like so there's a small group of people that use it then. Like the top 1% are the richest people in the world and there's not many of them. That's what that means. I don't
think that's what that means.
Because we're not the top 1%.
We are not.
Because we're not rich.
This episode has a lot of etymology in it.
What the fuck is that? What is that? What is that?
I believe that's the study of words. Etymology, the study of the origin of words and the way in which their meanings have changed throughout history. Look up another word, I guess, like...
And?
Yeah, and it. Maybe it has to be more like store. Like something that's like a noun. What? You look confused.
It's the first known use of and as a conjunction before the 12th century. As a noun, 1946.
As a noun?
Mm-hmm. That seems weird. Right?
I don't know how to use and as a noun. Because a noun is a person, place, thing, or idea. No, look up the thing.
No, I want to know this now. How to
Wait,
use...
I'm so curious if...
Hold on, I want to know this first.
Okay.
As a noun.
Like, is Johnson...
That's going to be impossible to look up because I'm putting and into a sentence.
Yeah.
It doesn't say. I can tell you the history and etymology.
Etymology.
Why is there a Y then? Why can it be ETA? Etymology.
Why did you make it into a th sound?
Because it's TY. Th.
TY is the?
Th. Like th. Not the.
Like the?
Yeah.
How do you say the word, the spice that sounds like a clock? Do you say
Cardamom?
thyme? Or do you say time?
Time?
That's TYH.
I don't know, man.
I'm just asking because you're throwing a weird TH sound in there.
English is just such a weird language.
It's a fuck you language.
Middle English from Old English, akin to Old High German.
Look up what percentage.
Top 99%.
Is that on Webster's?
Mm-hmm.
For and?
Yes.
So that does mean that when I said the word applicable, it's in the bottom 1%?
The top 1%.
But what does that mean?
It's like, I lied to you, it's top 1%. But
that means that
so
my
that
word's normal.
That doesn't make sense to me because if you say someone's in the top 1%, it means like they're in the top 1% of everything, right?
Yeah, it's because it's popular though. It's in
wouldn't that be like the 100% then, or the 99%, or the 90%?
I think
because of more percentage of people using it.
I think that we're getting confused by percentage, which
say
does make it weird.
Say a very random word to me right now.
Zebra.
No, like a fucking word people are not gonna know. Okay, that's what I mean.
You just said random word.
I said.
Look up etymology. This is not gonna be in the top 1%. I'd be surprised if in the 50%.
Top 1%.
What makes something get out of that top 1%?
Very uncommon words.
Malaise. Look up malaise.
I found one.
What?
Gobbledygook.
I love a gobbledygook. I do love it when something's gobbledygook. Gobbledygook is one word? Is it hyphenated?
Nope.
What? Did you just have an everything bagel burp and it's really affecting you? That's why we don't fart into the microphones. Is gobbledygook in the top 1%?
Top 3%.
What the fuck knocks it down?
This percentage does not make sense to me.
I don't understand the percentage either.
Because like the top, if I look at the top 1%, it's going to show fucking like top 1%.
It's going to show weird shit.
Yeah, it's showing people who make stupid amount of money. It's showing the people who make more because the average amount is like not that much for people in America, but the top 1% make a lot of money because there's not a lot of people around
So they
them.
make a lot of money. So that means that they have the most of something in the top 1%. So the most used words would be in the top 1% of words.
But wouldn't it mean, okay, so if it's most used then, right? That means more people are using it. But if they make more money, but there's a less amount of people who make more money, 1% is such a small amount. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's 99% less than the 100, right?
Yeah.
They're in that 1 percentile because they make more money than everybody else, but there's such a small amount of them.
Yeah, and because there's how many words? There's probably like 1 million words. Have you ever looked at a dictionary?
No.
I used to have a dictionary next to my toilet because it had Garfield comics in it, so I'd read it when I'd go poop. Anyway, thank you all so much.
Okay, sorry.
No, we're not wrapping it up yet.
The average wage for someone who's in the top 1% is $758,000. That's their average wage. That's not someone who works at Target makes that. It's
I
less
understand where you're coming from in
Doesn't
saying,
make sense. Fuck the dictionary. That's all I gotta say.
yeah,
about that.
fuck the dictionary. I hope it dies. I can't wait for Dictionary 2 Judgment Day to come out.
Never use a dictionary actually.
Yeah, we have no purpose. We have the encyclopedia in our pocket. Okay, everyone. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Cade and Joaquin Talk at You. I'm wrapping it up here. If you liked what you saw and you're on YouTube, like and subscribe. If you're on Spotify, what do you do on Spotify?
I know Apple Podcasts you can rate.
Give us 5 stars or the highest amount of stars ever for a comedy podcast. And next week, I'm going to teach Joaquin how to take a good spanking. Do you have nothing to say to that?
I don't know what to say to that.